Good morning everyone. Today I am going to take the topic virtual object shape from the unit modeling. So before going into it, let's have a recap of how the graphic accelerators is working on and what are the presentations to be used and the graphic benchmarks and also the accelerators, architectures, types and benchmarks, all these being were looking into the last video. So now let's going into virtual object, and before going into virtual object shapes, first we have to know what is shape in mixed reality. So the shape is nothing but it defines the structure and geometry of a virtual object. It includes size, surface and volume. The important for the realism as well as for interactions. So in this way the shapes has been used in the mixed reality. So there are different types of virtual object shapes, like the basic shapes that we used to study from the small age, like cube, sphere, cylinder. These are the basic shapes to be used for the purpose. And the next one is actually the complex shapes, like the human models, the missions, then and also few organic was the geometric shapes, which can be used for the basic things. So 3D modeling techniques. When it comes to 3D modeling techniques, it has few techniques to be used. The first technique to be used is the surface, which is the polygon modeling, the surface modeling. Then these can be done. These modelings will be done in few tools like Blender, Maya, and also it based on the computer graphics. So this is how it has been taken out to form the virtual objects. So when it takes to the shape transformation, so there is the shapes will be in different types with different transformations. So when it takes to translation, that is the movements, the transformation and the shapes will get different to each other. When it in form of the rotation, that is in the form of turning, okay, it can be either in 2D image or 3D image or scenes, etc. When it forms to a scaling, that is when we are zooming in or zooming out, whatever it is, we need a resizing of each and every images or the 3D objects, so which should be done virtually. So that's called as the scaling. That is also one type of transformation. And the next is it uses the it coordinate the systems by using those virtual objects. So when we are interacting with the real world, as per the image, you can see those images, the 3D virtual objects, through collision detection and occlusion handling, alignment with surfaces, and also through enhances realism. So which means that by collision detection, we can detect what and all is going to collide with each other and which should not repeat again will be done. Occlusion and alignment is also very much needed when it comes to the environment space. And also it should enhance the realism, because realism is very much important to interact with the real world. The virtual world should also be same like the real world, which should be equal to all the objects that we are using in the virtual world. So here in virtual object shapes, we use the kinematics modeling. So the main role here we use in the kinematics model is that the movements or the motion of the shaped objects. If suppose it is a cube, how the movement takes place in cube, how the movement will take place in sphere, both will get different. So in that perspective way, the movements of the shaped objects will get different. So this is one of the role of the kinematics. And the forward and inverse kinematics, we know that we saw in the last video what are the types of kinematics. There are two types, forward and inverse kinematics. So those kinematics like modeling will be used in this virtual object, and smooth and natural movement should also be there, which these are the few roles of kinematics to be followed. So this virtual objects is used in more applications like gaming and entertainment, medical visualization, then through industrial training, education and simulation. See, these are few things to be appeared when using the virtual reality. And also these are also the few applications to be used even for the graphic accelerators. So when we take the case study, it will be more understandable in what way this virtual 3D image has been used. So here I have taken the case study of how this virtual objects has been used in the industrial training. So in industrial training, we can see some virtual 3D machines parts overlaid on real equipment, and some interactive manipulation of objects will improve the learning. Then it also reduced the training time and increased the values of each and everything. Okay, so that's how the real-time rendering is done through games and also through 3D modeling. So this is also how it has been done through the hardware with the virtual objects is also more important, how it is get interacted with each other. So hope you all understood what is virtual object shape and how those shapes being used, which can be done through mixed reality. So hope everyone understood it. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.